Excuse me. Get your presumptuous ass out of my seat.
Alright, welcome back to another day in the droid life. We are going to be go ahead and touching on a little bit of L337 here, and there's a reason behind this as well. There was some information that was kind of put out recently that suggests that L337 is going to be the login character for the month of February. And there's a lot of speculation going around the fact that she is our login character, about possibly a droid rework, HK-47 rework with the KOTOR going on and Darth Malak, and possibly even a General Grievous rework. So since we're going ahead and touching on L337, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the source of where this information came from. We'll go ahead and hop over to Gaming Fans, which is part of the Game Changers program here that kind of gives us updates a little bit ahead in advance than everybody else knows. So we'll go ahead and check out that website here and see what the information that was leaked was. Alright, so we are at gamingfans.com. Again, this is part of the Game Changers program here that SWGOH devs made for us. The Game Changers program here, basically they're able to give us some information about key things that are going on, or kind of give us insights about things that might be coming up a little bit in advance than we would normally get this information given it to us in game. So it says the month of February is just a few days away, and once again EA Game Changers program for SWGOH has provided the daily login character and the monthly events calendar to gamingfans.com. Alright, and to start the look ahead, SWGOH Game Changer is one of the two select international media sources to announce that the February daily login character in SWGOH will be Solo, a Star Wars story droid star L337. While she has only been in the game for a few months, L3's place in SWGOH is a solid one as one of the best droids available to date. While finding the best mods for L337 is important for her survivability and to maximize her kit, SWGOH players can always look to gamingfans.com for our best mods guides for all characters in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes to ensure you have your roster as strong as possible. And of course, the announcement of L337 as the February daily login character sets up the opportunity for speculation. Earlier today, a Discord post from Red Turkey stated that a droid faction and General Grievous rework was slated for February, and L3 as the login tune seems to support that. Only time will tell. So that's where this information is coming from. L337 definitely as the login character for the month of February. Got me pretty excited. I've been waiting for a droid rework for quite some time. I've had the droid army ready. So this is very, very exciting news for us that are living the droid life every day. So why don't we go ahead and get back on over to L337 and her kit. And while we're at it, since we're talking about this new news here for the login character, I figured we might as well hit an episode of The Rundown. Alright, so this is your first time hitting an episode of The Rundown with us. This is just a short little segment where we go over all of the basic information you'll need to know about these characters as far as Zetas, mods, and gear. So why don't we go ahead and start at the top here with the Zetas for L337. She only has one Zeta that is available to her at this time, and that is for her unique for the droids. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at this unique here for the droids. And the final text on this unique, it says, at the start of L337's turns, if L337 did not take damage from an enemy since her last turn, she becomes prepared. Whenever another droid or scoundrel ally takes damage, L337 gains 15% turn meter. Whenever L337 takes damage from an attack, she dispels debuffs from a random debuff scoundrel ally. The first time each other droid ally is reduced to 1% health, they equalize health with L337. So, and that is actually the Zeta text there, is specifically the part about the droids. add the first time each other droid ally is reduced to 1% health, they equalize health with L337. So essentially, this Zeta is giving some insane viability to an all-droid squad there. If you've got L337 there, and one of your other droids gets super low on health or almost goes down, instead of dying, they're actually just going to equalize health with L337, and you're going to be right back in the game. So that is very, very huge for the droids. We haven't been able to see a super viable use for this in an all-droid squad yet. I have been kind of playing around with it yet. I still am kind of playing with mods as well, trying to see what some of the best options are. I think we may actually need to have a couple different mod sets depending on what your usage is for this character. I think there's going to be a few different uses that'll be made aware to us here within the next month or two if we get some droid reworks. But so yeah, that is the only Zeta that's available to L337 at this time. It's an insanely good Zeta. It gives the droids a lot of viability there and prevents them essentially from dying the first time they go around, as long as L337 is still by their side. Alright, so that's the only Zeta we got. Why don't we go ahead and move into the mods and see what we've got going on there. So we'll go ahead and open up our mods section here. Now on mods for this character, she is a tank, and she is a countering tank. So the way that I have her set up right now is for a maximum amount of health and protection pool. So as you can see, I have all health primaries there. The mod set itself is a health set, so she's getting health bonuses from her 3 health sets there, 1, 2, 3, as you can see. They're all level 15 gold. And then all of the potential primaries here that could be protection, we have all 4 of them as protection primaries, as you can see. Alright, so these are the only 2, the squares and the diamonds, that are locked in as offense and defense primaries. So we have protection on all of these, alright, which is going to be huge, and a lot of these even have secondary protection on them, which is really, really nice. But the one thing I do want to mention here is the speed is extremely slow on this, and that was kind of intentional for the way that I use her. She has that pre-taunt up front, so it's nice. As soon as you can get the taunt on her, she kind of sticks and stays with the taunt for a longer amount of time. And even though she's super slow, if anybody's doing like any type of AoE or anything else, she is gaining 15% turn meter for every ally that gets damaged. So even though she may not have the inherent speed herself, with the other allies getting damaged, and if she doesn't have taunt, it can actually speed her up pretty quickly with anybody else on your team getting damaged with that extra turn meter. So the other thing here with the health that's really important there is she does gain stacking health with her if she does have prepared on her basic. So that's another reason why you're going to want that health pool as high as possible, because she's going to get 10% health for every counter in basic while she's prepared. So that can stack up pretty quickly. By the time they get through her protection, she could have a 70-80k health pool that they're going to have to get through as well. So very, very viable tank, very sturdy there. There may be a situation where you may want to go ahead and max out the speed on L337. We'll kind of get into that if we do an actual breakdown on L337 here in a little bit. So the last thing that we're going to want to hit for this character, since we're pretty much done with mods, is we're going to want to go ahead and hit the gear list and see what we need for gear. So why don't we go ahead and head on over to swgoh.gg and see what we're looking at for the gear for L337. Alright, so here we are on swgoh.gg. Again, if you have not checked this out, please take a look. There are a lot of useful tools and items in this resource, so take advantage of it. We are going to be looking at the gear list right now. I wasn't able to do the full gear list like normal. For some reason, they're having a problem redirecting the page, but we're going to go ahead and go through the actual gear levels themselves. So gear 1, you're not going to have to worry about. Gear 2, gear 3, 4, pretty much you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. until you're going to get up to gear level 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when you start at gear level 7 here, there is a Chihuahua hypo syringe that you'll need 50 of, so you'll want to watch out for that. Gear 8, she's going to need a stun gun and a fusion furnace. The fusion furnaces are usually raid gear only, so you're going to want to go ahead and make sure you start saving that one up as soon as possible. Let's see what else we got going on in here. The Nubian Design Tech, I believe that one is raid gear as well for that one, so you want to take a look at that. The Merson Thermal Detonator, you're going to want to try and get that one saved up as soon as possible as well. Gear 10, the Fabritech data pad, that one is farmable, not as huge of a deal. Another fusion furnace, so again, another raid only gear. You want to go ahead and try and save that up as soon as possible. The MK4 CNR hollow projector, that one's going to take you some time because it's got the hollow, it's got that there, and then it's also got the stun cuffs as well, and the stun cuffs are used by quite a few characters, so that may take you a minute to save up there. Gear level 11, the Fabritech pad, electro binoculars, the Blast Tech. That stuff you're going to need to save up for. The Fabritech's not that bad. The power cell, that one's going to take you a while as well. If you're looking at that MK8 Lorinar power cell, there are quite a few pieces needed for that one. So you're going to want to go ahead and save for that one. Overall, not a whole lot of crazy gear that's needed for L337. You're going to want to save a couple of fusion furnaces. You want some stun cuffs for the CNR hollow projector. And a couple other stun cuffs because I believe she needs a stun cuff in here as well, but nothing super crazy. A few raid pieces. The fusion furnace is mainly for raid pieces. There's no droid collars or anything, so you want to save up a couple stun cuffs, some fusion furnaces, and the stun guns, a couple of those as well, just to make sure that you've got all the stuff you need for it. But that's going to be it for our girl L337. If you guys like these breakdown videos, please give me a like and a subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below if there's any other characters you'd like to see these rundowns on, or even a breakdown on in the future. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and again, keep living that droid life.